Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Kashif Kamran and I welcome you all to the AA orientation for September 2025 and December 2025 batches. Now, the purpose of this orientation is to facilitate students who are taking admission in my AA September 25 batch and December 25 batch about not just knowing the AA paper or to have familiarity with the AA paper and the structure of the AA paper, but more importantly, to understand how will they be utilizing my AA course on my learning management system and what benefit will they be gaining out of my AA course. So let's start the proceeding of this orientation. Now, first of all, in terms of my tutor profile, I am Kashif Kamran and I am your AA tutor. I have 17 plus years of teaching experience for ACC qualification, and my core specialization lies in the AA paper, the AAA paper, and the SBL paper. I have an exam focused teaching style, and I prefer focusing on exam techniques because to me that is the most important thing which help you pass an exam paper, and particularly a paper like a theoretical paper which I teach the AA and AAA. I'm also a registered mentor for Oxford Brookes University, and I have exceptional pass rates which I will be showing you shortly. Now let's first understand the AA paper. In terms of the AA paper and the prior knowledge you need for the AA paper, there are two sets of paper which will be contributing in terms of the prior knowledge. Number one, the law paper, which will help you with the knowledge around corporate governance, because corporate governance is a topic within the AA syllabus, and your understanding about the journal laws and regulations which you have studied in the law paper, particularly the corporate governance, which will be of benefit in the AA paper. And then the financial reporting paper. You should have sound accounting knowledge and you should have sound knowledge around international financial reporting standards and international accounting standards, the ones you have done in the FR paper. So it's ideally beneficial to do the FR paper before the AA paper or with the AA paper. So you have up-to-date accounting knowledge of the accounting standards, which will play a crucial part in you understanding the accounting treatments in the AA paper. In terms of the AA syllabus, the AA syllabus consists of 5 syllabus areas, so it's not like a very broad syllabus. At the end of the day, it's pretty easy syllabus to control within like 2 to 3 months of your learning journey. Let's take a look at the syllabus. The syllabus consists of number A, the audit framework and regulation. This is a more of a knowledge-based area we have in AA. Then we have some very important areas from where case studies build up in section B of the paper, which is planning and risk assessment, C, internal control, D, audit evidence, and E, review and reporting. So this is what the syllabus looks like. Syllabus area B, C, D, E is very, very important for the section B of the paper, which is worth 70 marks. A is a syllabus area which can impact B, but it's more relevant to the syllabus, to the section A of the paper. Now, in terms of the paper format and time management, if you look at the paper format and time management, there are two sections in the paper, section A and section B. Section A has 30 marks and section B has 70 marks. So you can see the weightage and the pie chart on your screen, 30% and 70%. Section A, in terms of the total time you have for exam, 54 minutes will be allocated to the section A. And in this time, you will try to excel. So when you're even practicing at home before your real exam, you will allocate 54 minutes to section A and you will try to do your best. Section A consists of 3 OT cases, with each OT case having 5 OT questions. So that means in total we'll have 15 OT questions. And according to the 54 minutes time scenario, we'll have like roughly 3.6 minutes per OT question to solve, which is something very good. So you have good amount of time per OT question. So you should not be in a rush or in a hurry to solve them. You should carefully read, think, and then choose the correct answer for the OT question. In terms of the section B, we have 126 minutes for the 70 marks section. Question number one, which is of 30 marks in section B, you will consume 54 minutes. On the question two, which is worth 20 marks, you will consume 36 minutes. And another question three, sorry, of 20 marks, you will consume 36 minutes. So that's the breakdown of 70 marks. So this is what the paper looks like. You have a section A with 15 OT questions, and you have 3 OT cases. And you have a total time spent of 54 minutes. On the section B, you have 126 minutes for the 70 marks of the paper. And I've given you the breakdown of the question 1, 2, and 3 and how the split of marks will be. When I look at the pass rates, and in particularly the pass rates of the last 5 exam sittings, recently the exam results for March 2025 was made available by ACC, and I'm conducting this orientation on the 27th of April 2025. So that's the most latest exam results available. You can see the red and the black bars. The red bars donates KKDL, which is my pass rate, and the black bar donates the AA global pass rates. You can see there is a significant variance between the red and the black, particularly if you look at the March 25 exam setting, we had 80% pass rates for KKDL AA students. And you can see all across the last 5 settings, it has been on the higher side, 61, 68, 64, 65. And when you match them with the global pass rates, they're exceeding them. So you should be ensured that you're enrolling for the right course with the right tutor, and you will be getting the right exam techniques and supports to excel in the upcoming September 25 or December 25 exams. Generally, talking about why students fail in the AA paper, you will get to know more about this once you start my course and you go over the syllabus area A, B, C, D, E. And the more you interact with me and the more you go into my course and listen to my course, you will get a better idea of why students fail. But in this orientation session, I would just like to have a quick emphasis of the top reason why students fail the AA paper. Number one, insufficient knowledge of the syllabus. Either the students are not taking a good grasp of the 5 syllabus areas, either they're doing selective studies, they're not giving good time to each of the syllabus area. Now, you will be enrolling for a course, so you will be getting good knowledge of each of the syllabus area, and the tutor will be guiding you about what you need to do to gain confidence in each syllabus area. So definitely you will be far better off than the students who are self-studying, who might take a risk of insufficient knowledge on the syllabus area. And you also need the sufficient knowledge of the financial reporting standards you have covered in your FR paper. That is also very important. Number two, less practice of OTQs, Section A. The students generally do very less practice of Section A of the OTQs, and you know that's 30% of the paper. I will be guiding you in my course from where and how much practice of OTQs you should be doing. So don't be worried about that. Number three is less practice or less quality practice for Section B, the constructed response section of the paper, which is 70 marks. Either you're doing less practice or you are doing less quality practice. Less quality practice means you're not doing the recent papers on ACC Practice Platform. You're doing very old papers. You have to do the recent papers to understand the exam rigor, to understand what is recently going on in the examiner mindset. Even though there is no change in the way Section B questions are asked for, the approach, the structure is still very same if you compare them with the old paper, but the better definition of practice will be recent papers, recent 7 papers on the ACC Practice Platform, at least in the last 1 month before exam. Yes, when you are studying over the 3 months tenure or more than that, you can do the older papers recommended by the tutor during the lecture. But in the last month or in the last 3 weeks before exam, you should ideally focus on the recent papers. Not using ACCA Practice Platform a lot, you are not engaging with ACC Practice Platform. You're not looking at questions directly on the ACC Practice Platform and solving them right there. Either you are using the revision kits or you're writing the answers with pen and paper, which is a very bad strategy when your exams are computer based. Right from the day one, whatever you are practicing, you should practice on the practice platform so that you get the right confidence you need to do the computer-based exam. Not spending time on reading examiner report, I will be very critical of that. You will see me talking a lot about that in my course, because to me examiner report is a very important document, and unfortunately is a document where students don't spend much time on. You get a lot of examiner criticism, you get a lot of examiner insights about why students fail, why they struggle, what is frustrating, what the marking team does not like in the student answer, but the students are not reading those reasons and they're doing the same mistake and failing the double A paper. Not writing in depth. You will learn to write in my course. You will learn to write a good answer in my course. And that's the reason my pass rates are exceptionally higher than the global pass rates. I will be telling you how to write, how to explain, how to identify. So a lot of practice, a lot of exam techniques will be coming your way. But generally, students are failing the double A paper because they're not writing in the right depth. Either they're just identifying a point, but they're not elaborating on it. They're not explaining on it, and not submitting the answers you are writing to me for checking. I do give my students an unlimited checking window. So whatever answer you write, you just email me that for my feedback. Now, this is an opportunity which results in a greater pass rates. I give feedback to my students. I give advice to my students through emails about where can they improve and what went wrong, and that helps them in a learning process ahead of their exams. So you're open to send me answers as much as possible. I'll be giving you my email ID within the orientation session. So these are some reasons why students fail, and I hope you will take notes of them and you will not be repeating the same. Okay, now coming to the main thing, we understood the double A paper in terms of the brought forward knowledge from the law paper, the FR paper. We understood the importance of the international accounting standards in the paper. We understood the syllabus, the 5 areas. We understood the paper format, section A and B. We understood the pass rates and generally why students fail. Now that must give you a bit of familiarity with the paper you are enrolling for. Now let's come to the double A course on my learning management system, how the course looks like, and what are my expectations from you. Now, this is the important thing which you must take note of if you're enrolling for my course or you've already enrolled for. Now, when you look at the double A course on my learning management system, which I say LMS, which is a web-based LMS. Once you take the admission, my admin will give you your username and password. You will log in through that and you will explore the course. Now, there are 5 syllabus areas. I already mentioned that. So I have covered lectures on each syllabus area. I'll be showing you a glimpse of the LMS shortly after covering this particular slide in front of you. Syllabus area A, which is the first one, consists of 9 lectures worth 13 hours on the LMS. Syllabus area B consists of 9 lectures of 15 hours. Syllabus area C consists of 8 lectures of 9 hours. Syllabus area D consists of 7 lectures of approximately 6 hours, and syllabus area E consists of 5 lectures of 6 hours. They accumulate to 50 hours of lectures. Then there is some extra lectures on specific topics which have not been covered above in A, B, C, D, E, like internal audit, like computer-based audit, or something like assertions. I've spent 4 hours on that and another 4 lectures on that. And then there is additional exam practice. There is practice within A, B, C, D, E. That's why I wrote the word here additional. So this is additional exam practice of 16 lectures and 16 hours. So that total makes another 20 hours at the down. So it's a total 70 hours course by the 27th of April 2025 when I'm recording this session. It could increase because I keep adding more practice for every exam sitting. So probably by the September exams, it could be 80 hours, or by the December exams, it could be 90 hours. So expect an increment of 8 to 10 hours per exam sitting, because that's additional practice I do for every exam sitting. Keep adding practice under this additional exam practice area of my portal, which is currently 16 hours. So it might increase by the time we finish off the September exams and then the December exam. So 70 hours, not a big course, and that will give you a rigorous understanding of the syllabus. And more importantly, you will follow my commands, you will obey my commands, and that will bring excellence for you in the September or December exams. And you will stick to my guidance, stick to my instructions, send me answers for review, read what I have recommended you to read, like articles or whatever. And more importantly, you have to do rigorous amount of practice, which is recommended. Let's just let me show you the glimpse of the LMS. Okay, this is how the LMS would look like on your screen. You log in and you will see this window. You go down and you will see there are different tabs coming in. You can see these tabs: orientation, syllabus area A, B, C, D, E, and you scroll. Normally students forget to scroll and say, I can't find this, I can't find that. Look at this bar over here. You have to scroll this on the right to see the other things. So there is a scroll bar here. You have to scroll this bar. A lot of time the students forgot to scroll and they think the LMS is incomplete. Look at this scrolling I'm doing on the screen. So you have to do that to find the other areas. So orientation is the one I'm doing. It will get uploaded in that orientation area, that plus sign here. Then there is a syllabus area A, which has 9 lectures of 13 hours. See, I've mentioned them at the top. So the moment you're starting a section, you know how many hours are there, so you can make a timetable. Now you know, okay, there are 13 hours. So if you're a full-time student, probably doing a single paper, you might finish these 13 hours in a week time. But if you're doing a job, you have multiple papers, you have challenges, you might finish it off over 2 weeks' time. So I'm not giving you an affirmative timetable. I give you a deadline to finish the entire course, but you need to make your timetable for every area, looking at the number of lectures and the number of hours. So you see, okay, I can do it on a week basis, I can do it on a 2 week basis. So you can devise your own timetables for that. Just give you a glimpse. You open section A, 9 lectures, 13 hours. You go inside that. And you will find right over here that section A, right at the front, you will see the red icons, the play buttons. These are all lectures. So you will find all the 9 lectures here. You will go in the order, not breaking the order, and you will finish off all the 9 lectures given. Now, in every lecture, you will see that I will be using my presentation because I love doing lectures with presentation. So I will be using my presentation in my lectures on the screen, and I will be writing something on the Word file. So during the lecture, whatever I'm writing, I'm not writing in the handwriting, but I'm typing on the Word file. So that becomes the notes. So any extra thing I write during the lecture is in the Word file, which I refer as a support file. So during the lecture, there will be two things. One is a presentation, one is a support file, what I'm writing on the screen. Where will you get that? You will, you can see the lectures on your screen, right? You press the minus button, so the lectures will close. You press the plus button, the lectures will open. But under the 9 lectures in 13 hours, you can find section A resources, tutor presentation, support file, and articles to read. So you will open this section A resources and you will find 3 PDF documents here. Number A, articles to read. So what articles to read for section A? They're all been given here. So just one document, take a printout, and you get everything at one place. Number 2, tutor support file. This is what I'm writing on the screen when I'm doing the when I'm doing the lectures. And number 3 is my presentation. You will take a printout of the PDF files first. So the 3 PDF files, you will take a printout, keep it on your table. Now you will say, okay, now let's start playing the lectures. You will go back, you will play the first lecture. And in the first lecture, whatever I'm writing on the screen, you already have that in the printout. That is a tutor support file. If you want to add something extra, you can add that on the printout. I will be recommending you read this article, read that article. The articles are with you. You can read an article after the end of a lecture before you move to the next lecture, if there is any. And the presentation through which I'm covering the topic is there with you on the table. So if you want to scribble something, you can. So by the time you finish the syllabus area A, you will have my tutor support file and you must have scribbled on it. You must be having my presentation. You must have scribbled on it through the 9 lectures. And you must have read the articles and made a summary of the articles, the one I have recommended. So that's how you finish one area. 9 lectures of 13 hours. But with those 13 hours, you might need to read some articles. So that is something extra beside 9 hours, 13 hours, sorry. And by the end of this, you will have your own notes of section A. That is the scribbling you have done on the tutor support file and the presentation and the summary you have made of the article. Take a box file, put a divider, section A, syllabus area A, and put the tutor support file, put the presentation, and put the summaries of the articles in that divider. Then put another divider, section B, and start the section B. You have 9 lectures in section B of 15 hours. Again, for every section, you can see there is a resource section, tutor presentation, support file, and article to read. So you will find that consistently for each syllabus area, A to E. So first, you will download the resources, then you will play the lectures. At the end of the lectures, read the articles, make a summary, and put all that in a box file, and you start building a box file for AA. You go to C, you go to D, you go to E, and that finishes off the syllabus. After E, you will find additional support for topics which have not been covered in A, B, C, D, E. You will open up the additional support. Again, under additional support, you will find the lectures, but before that, you will find the tutor presentation, support files, and articles to read. Then you go to the exam drilling sessions where I've done the practice, additional practice for more papers. Right over here, you will find I've done some additional practices. Now, this is just a practice. So you will not find a separate section of resources. Under every session of practice, suppose you open up the exam drilling session, 4 lecture hours. You open up this, you will find I've done practice on substantive procedures, key controls, audit risk, and then you can see my support file here in the blue. So in the exam practice, you will not find a resource section separately. You will find exam practice in every area. So you will find this blue file in every area. You close this, you open up the March webinars. You will find the March webinar. I have done lots of practice for section A, 30 marks, 20 marks, 20 marks. And then you will see my presentation and you will see my support file. So for syllabus area A, B, C, D, E, and the additional support, you will find resources as a separate section. But when you come to the exam practice, which is of 16 hours, you will find my tutor presentation and my support file under each section, which you can see on your screen. There are 4 sections coming on your screen, and in each section, you will find that. So in that way, you will go down finishing off. Then you will move this, and finally, you will find a resource section. In this resource section, I've just included some additional past papers, which is not available on ACC Practice Platform. So some old past papers, which I believe are important. So on ACC Practice Platform, you normally find past papers from 21, 22, 23, 24. But if you want to do earlier than 20, they're all been put here, right? And then you will find examiner reports, the 7 latest examiner reports, because you need to use the examiner reports when you go through my course. You will use examiner reports to find the criticism, and you will read the examiner reports for doing the OTQs. Every examiner report contains 5 OT questions, which can help you in section A. So definitely, this is something you will learn with the passage of time, but the resources are included here. So you're not going off the course. Everything is within the course, but please don't forget to use the scroll button here on the left, on the right, so you can see the full course. Normally students forgot to put this scroll button and they say the course is incomplete. So please use this, right, very specifically. Okay, so that's what I was telling you. So we have a total of 70 hours, and I've shown you a glimpse of the LMS. I've shown you a glimpse of my tutor support files, my notes, my resources, everything, right? So that's the complete course. Now, the study resources. I've already shown you the study resource for syllabus area A, B, C, D, E, which is available on LMS. I've shown you the study resources separately at the end of the LMS, which is about the past papers, the old one, and the examiner reports. And I've already shown you that for every exam drilling session, there is my tutor support file and presentation. Resources on the ACC Study Hub and resources on ACC Practice Platform. Let's have a quick glance on resources. First of all, study resources on the LMS. I've already shown you that. Each syllabus area on LMS has a resource section, which I've just shown you, consisting of the tutor presentation, tutor support file, and articles to read. The resource section at the end of the LMS consists of the old past papers and the examiner reports, which you should be reading for the OTQs. So I've shown you the resource section syllabus area wise and at the end. Study resource on ACC Study Hub. A lot of times students ask me, should I use the Study Hub? Yes, Study Hub should be used for doing the OT questions, 180 OT questions from 31 chapters, which is given in the practice area of the Study Hub. Let me show you that. When you log into your Study Hub and you look at this Study Hub on your screen, you have on the left side chapters, flashcards, quizzes, practice. You click on practice and you will reach the practice zone of the ACC Study Hub. Right over here, you can see there are 31 chapters. Look at the blue highlighting I have done on the screen. This is the 31 chapters which covers the OT questions. In total, there are 180 OT questions divided into 31 topics. So you can do this as your practice once you've completed the entire syllabus from A to E. But you have to do these OT questions from ACC Study Hub. Apart from that, you want to do some extra reading, some extra learning from ACC Study Hub, that's totally your option. Okay, back to the presentation. Okay, and then the ACC Practice Platform. You know, the ACC Practice Platform is to be used for doing the 7 recent papers, and you will go to the ACCA Practice Platform. Just let me show you that as well. You go to the ACC Practice Platform, you go down into Audit and Assurance, you go to ACC Official Resources, you open up the past exam library, and you can see all the recent papers from 21, 22, 23, 24 given up. There are almost 8 papers by the time I'm doing this orientation. The March June 25 paper will be added for September exams, so that will be the 9th one. But currently there are 8. So you have to do these 8 papers under past exam library because this is the most recent papers and the most valuable one. When will you do these 8 papers? In the last 1 month before exam. So resources on the LMS, the old past papers, the resources on the practice platform, the recent papers, the resource on the ACC Study Hub, the OTQs, I've shown you everything, right? So be clear that the resources will be on LMS, ACC Study Hub outside the LMS, and ACC Practice Platform outside the LMS. Okay, finally, the study approach. I've just given you the study approach. I told you that you will take the printout of the resources, my presentation, my support file, my articles. You will keep them on the table, play the lectures. During the lectures, you will scribble on the printouts, and by the end of the day, the printouts will become your notes. You will put them in a box file, and that way you go with A, B, C, D, E. You will email me the answers you are writing for checking at my email ID, which you can see right here on the screen, f8kkdl@gmail.com. I've mentioned about taking printouts. Everything written over here, I've already discussed that verbally with you. I've talked about the resource section on the LMS. I talked about that in the last 3 weeks before the exam, you will do the 180 OTQs on the ACC Study Hub. And in the last 3 weeks before exam, you will do the more recent papers. So please read through the study approach. This is all what I've just discussed with you in the last 5 minutes. and follow the tutor exam strategy for last 30 days. 30 days before the exam, September, 30 days before the December exam, I'll release a video, 30 days exam strategy, and you can follow that, what to do inside 30 days. Then I'll be emphasizing on the recent papers, the 180 OT questions, and I will be telling you what to do in last 30 days. So you can watch that for further confidence. Study planner. If you're enrolling or have enrolled for September 25 batch, this is when you should finish everything. Finish the course A, B, C, D, E, the practice sessions and everything on the LMS by the 1st of August. Post 1st of August, you will do intense practice of the past papers, the recent ones on the ACC Practice Platform, the ones I've shown you, and do the OTQs on the ACC Study Hub, the 180 of them. Follow the tutor 30 days exam strategy, which will be released on the 1st of August. So you can follow that, what to do inside 30 days. Submit the ACCA September 25 mock by the 22nd of August for me to review it and give you the feedback. And enjoy the AA September 25 webinar where I do some additional practice, which will be available by the 7th of August. Same for the December exams. Finish the course by 1st November if you're preparing for December exams. Post 1st November, do practice of the recent papers and the OTQs on the Study Hub. Follow my 30-day strategy, which will be released on the 1st of November for what to do inside the last 30 days. Submit your December 25 mock by the 22nd of November and watch the December 25 webinar for additional practice for December exams by the 7th of November. Mock submissions. If you are submitting the mocks, please ensure the mocks are submitted latest by the 25th of August for the September exams and for 25th of December for the, 20th of December. The 20th of August for the September exams and for the 20th of December for the December exams. These are the last dates to submit mock for checking. F8 kkdl@gmail.com is the email ID. So that is it. I wish you all the best for your exams. If you're enrolling or have enrolled for September with me or December with me or thinking about enrolling, I hope you will get a fair idea about AA. You will get a fair idea about how course is put on my LMS, how to use the LMS, and probably after this orientation, you will have a clear mindset of enrolling for my course. You can WhatsApp me for pricings, how to take admission. The number was given on the very first slide where I started the orientation from, and that's how you will take the admission. Wish you all the very best of luck. Your tutor, Kashif Kamran, signing off from the orientation session for AA September and December 2025 exams.